Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Ladies and gentlemen, this may be somewhat of a boring video because I'm going to read this article for you, but stand by because this is information that we need to know. The USDA's new labeling for genetically modified foods goes into effect January 1st of this year. And here's what you need to know. Starting January 1st, labels at the grocery stores are about to get a makeover on foods that have been genetically modified. The goal was to get rid of the patchwork of different labels for foods and ingredients that have been scientifically tinkered with, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture. However, the move also puts a greater burden on consumers who do their homework to understand what the labels mean. Isn't it something, ladies and gentlemen, that nowadays there's probably more regulations on foods that are put on the shelf that are organic than there are on foods that are not natural of the earth, but that were tinkered with, as they say here? Foods that previously were labeled as containing genetically engineered ingredients, or GMOs, will now be labeled as bioengineered, or come with a phone number or QR code guiding consumers to more information online. The changes are part of the USDA's new rules on controversial modified crops and ingredients. Previous labeling requirements are governed differently on a state-by-state basis. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it'll be very interesting if this video gets demonetized. If it does, I will leave it on a pinned comment. By providing a uniform national standard for labeling bioengineered foods, it avoids a patchwork of state labeling regulations, a USDA spokeswoman said in a statement. The move is universally confounding food safety advocate groups. Eating bioengineered food poses no risk to human health, according to the National Academy of Sciences and the Food and Drug Administration. However, watchdog organizations say the new rules contain too many loopholes for consumers who want to avoid these foods. Quote, "The worst part of this law is the use of the term bioengineered, because that's not a term most consumers are familiar with," end quote, said Gregory Jaffe, director of the Project of Biotechnology for the nonprofit Center for Science in the Public Interest. Other advocacy groups, such as the Center for Food Safety, say the rules don't go far enough and will leave the majority of genetically modified foods unlabeled. And the new rules discriminate against the more than 100 million Americans who do not have access to smartphones or cell phone service, because companies will be allowed to rely on smartphone-based scannable QR codes to share information with consumers. The new rule requires food manufacturers, importers, and retailers to disclose information whether foods are bioengineered or use bioengineered ingredients, doing away with well-established terms like genetically engineered and GMO on labels. However, other kinds of official certifications like USDA Organic and Non-GMO Project Verified will be allowed. Manufacturers of dietary supplements must also comply, but restaurants and other food service establishments do not have to abide by the new rules. Food companies say the timing is terrible. Instituting this change in the middle of a health crisis and supply chain crisis puts an undue burden on an industry already reeling, according to Trade Group for Food Companies and Manufacturers. A senior vice president for the Trade Group Consumer Brands Association said that while the organization supports a uniform framework for the disclosure of MGO, it has urged government officials to temporarily pause the new rules. Quote, "We believe the government must take a do-no-harm position right now that allows companies to focus on delivering essential products to consumers." USDA officials maintain that they designed the standard to balance the need to provide information to consumers with the interest in minimizing costs to companies, while adding that those savings could be passed on to consumers. Ladies and gentlemen, if you believe that they're trying to pass savings on to us, then I've got a bridge to sell you. Okay, I've got a bridge to sell you. Here's what consumers need to know about the new National Bioengineering Food Disclosure Standard. And what I'll do, ladies and gentlemen, is I will leave you the link to this article all the way at the bottom of the description of this video. And I'm just going to go over the things that you need to know, and then you can go back and read this if you like to. What is bioengineered food? I think we all know what bioengineered food is, ladies and gentlemen. In my opinion, bioengineered food is food that is not of nature. It's food that was not naturally grown, that was tinkered with, using their own words. What will the disclosure look like on food packages? If a food package doesn't have a QR code or BE food label, i.e. bioengineered food label, is it free from genetically modified ingredients? Is an animal product considered a bioengineered food if the animal ate bioengineered feed? That is a great question. And here they say no. For instance, the milk from a cow that ate bioengineered alfalfa is not considered a bioengineered food. How do food companies validate their claims about the ingredients? And how will the new rule be enforced? Thank you very much to the community member that sent me this article. I definitely was not tracking this, and this is definitely something that we all need to know about, ladies and gentlemen. Stock up on the things that you need. Stock up on the things that you eat. I am not going to sway either way. Remember, I am for freedom. If you want to eat bioengineered foods, by all means. But stock up, because even bioengineered foods are becoming more expensive as each day goes on. If you don't want to stock up on bioengineered foods, then don't. But stock up, ladies and gentlemen. That is my message. I think that what they're doing here has a lot to do with money. It's a lot cheaper for companies to not have to disclose what foods are bioengineered or not. And again, they can deceive the public as to what is inside of that can or not. And that is my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. But the way I feel is that the future that we're looking at, if you're not stocking up now, you're going to be forced to eat whatever is available. Ask yourself, do you see a future where governments are pushing more genetically modified foods or less? So if you don't want to be stuck eating that stuff, then stock it up today. All right, ladies and gentlemen, having said that, thank you very much for joining in. I thought that this was a very important article to put out there. Thank you very much to all of you that have gone over to the Alaska Prepper News channel. I think that the new format that I've chosen for that channel is working really well. I really do enjoy reading articles, but I do know that, you know, the Alaska Prepper channel here, we don't just read articles. We talk about it, we converse back and forth, and we have a conversation. And sometimes it carries over onto when we do a live stream. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as where on the Alaska Prepper News channel, all I do is I just read an article so that you can listen to it or so that you can read along. I don't provide any commentary or opinions. I let you all discuss your opinions in the comments of the videos that I put out there, and so far it's working out very well. It seems that people that are watching those videos are getting something out of them, so thank you very much for those of you that have gone over there. Other than that, remember to be good to each other. When good people do good things happen. Remember to reach one, teach one, and repeat. If we all did this, the world would be a better place, and you know that it will be a better place. Many blessings to all of you and your families. I'm Alaska Prepper. I am out.
Nutrient Survival now offers what is called a pantry bag. And although you have an option of packaging now, the product inside of the number 10 cans and inside of these pantry bags are exactly the same. It's just a different packaging. So why did Nutrient Survival decide to go with a different packaging? Well, for a couple of reasons. These pantry bags are specifically for those of us who eat Nutrient Survival on a regular basis. They are still able to be stored for long term, but since the pantry bags are constructed of a thick mylar material and not metal, the shelf life for the pantry bags is 15 years instead of the 25-year shelf life that the number 10 cans offer. Now here is where the money savings comes in, ladies and gentlemen. In order to promote this new item, Nutrient Survival has put together a bundle that they call the 2-week Jumpstart Kit. This kit includes a triple mac cheese, hearty lasagna, Southwestern medley, hearty apple cinnamon oatmeal, creamy chocolate shake, Maple Almond Grain Crunch, and the peanut butter bars, which are included at no cost with this bundle. After doing some math, if you were to purchase this exact same kit at the same price that you would pay for the number 10 cans, you would be paying about $25 more for the same amount of servings of all of the products offered in this kit. So pretty much, ladies and gentlemen, if you were to buy the exact same amount of product, the number 10 cans, you'd be paying about $25 more. And not only are you saving $25 by purchasing the pantry bags, but since Nutrient Survival is giving away the peanut butter bars with this purchase, you save an additional $35 for a total of $60. And we can't forget about my AP10 code, ladies and gentlemen. If you use my link combined with the AP10 code at checkout, you will save an additional 10% or $26 off your purchase price for a total of $86 in savings. I think that's awesome. And that equals to about 29% in savings should you compare it to buying number 10 cans, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you take advantage of this awesome savings because this is a great savings.
So whether you're digging in or bugging out, you don't just survive an emergency situation, you thrive in it. Nutrient Survival. Feed your freedom.